to our first edition of Market Mondays. We used to do Mortgage Mondays on Monday, but we decided to start having a little more fun with different people, different things, different subjects. So we're doing Market Mondays now. This is Ali with Team Orlando, KELLER WILLIAMS at the Parks. My better half is actually behind the camera today.
Hi everyone. I'm having a bad hair day. It's also past 6 o'clock.
You're always beautiful.
Thank you. It's also past 6 o'clock in the evening, and I'm finally back home and I'm in my PJs. So that's really the reason why I'm behind the camera today.
All right.
Ali looks pretty tired, doesn't he? But yeah,
That's okay. We're gonna do this.
We
We're
still
gonna have
wanted
fun.
to do this for you guys.
We're gonna have fun. All right.
We said we would.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the market. So, here's the thing. Like, obviously, the market's on fire here in Orlando. And when we say market report, we're really talking about Lake County, which is like the area around Mount Dora. We're talking about Seminole County, which is Lake Mary, Heathrow, Oviedo, Longwood, Altamont Springs, parts of it, Apopka, parts of it, Maitland, Winter Park, parts of it, Winter Springs, parts of it.
We get it.
Yeah.
Parts of it.
And then, of course, Orange County, which is largely, mostly all of Orlando, and
parts of all the other things you mentioned.
includes Ocoee, Winter Garden, some Apopka, some Altamont, some Winter Park, and then Osceola County, which is mainly Kissimmee.
Mainly Disney.
Well, Disney can also be Polk, but yeah, the surrounding area. So that's really the market that we're basically going to talk. So, 2019 was an awesome year, and there's a lot of stats for 2019, and maybe next week we can go over those, simply because I haven't compiled or printed those out yet.
Can we start with the number one stat for 2019?
Let's save that for next week.
All right, we'll save that one for next week. That's fine.
Yeah, that is a fantastic stat. I'd love to share that with everyone. So the year started off pretty good. I mean, I wanted to just throw this out there. If you guys had to guess, I'm going to give you a few seconds to guess. You've probably heard us say this. You've probably seen our posts where we've said inventory is tight. Inventory is tight. Well, what does that really mean, that inventory is tight? What do we compare that to? Well, basically, do tell. So right now, as it stands, this is through January 11th, so it's very, very, very recent stats. In the areas that we're referring to as our market, single-family homes, okay? So this does not include condos or townhouses, but single-family homes, we're at 6,025 active single-family homes on the market. And our days on market is 54, which means that if no new homes came on the market between, this date, January 11th, and today, in 54 days, potentially these 6,025 homes would no longer be on the market. So in 2 months, our inventory would dry up, technically.
No, what's interesting about that stat is actually, if you think about it, the fact is there are plenty of houses that are in the multi-million-dollar level as well, that may take 180 days to sell.
Oh, for sure. That's a great
that average
point.
That means that some of the lower end homes are selling for 3 days on market, 8 days on market, 10 days on market.
Absolutely, and we can talk about that. That's a great point. And then just to throw out the inventory for condos, or condos, townhomes, or villas,
okay.
It's about 1,686, just shy of 1,700. So essentially, we're looking at,
that's a handful.
Yeah, like 7,700 homes on the market with 54 days. That's a healthy market, and it is, if you were to look at it just from a macro point of view, it is essentially a seller's market, if you will. I posted a stat on Instagram, for those of you who follow us there, that says that, the pundits, if you will, are expecting that at some point the market is going to shift and it's going to turn into more of a buyer's market. And to what you just alluded to, yeah, you're right. Depending on the price point, in some cases, even right now, there may be a buyer's market, especially in luxury homes, where the inventory does not necessarily sell the very first day that the house hits the market.
Exactly.
And then that, again, to expand on that point, homes that are in that $200,000 to $300,000 range, especially closer to under 300, yeah, they don't last.
Yeah, we know about that.
Especially if the condition is great and if the house is pretty ready to go, turnkey. Well, guess what? It's gonna go, and you're gonna have multiple offers. I mean, that's what we're experiencing, and that's definitely the case. Beyond that, I kind of wanted to share something about where we are in terms of our median price for both single-family homes as well as townhomes and condos. So, Ali, what do you think our median price is? I know you haven't seen this report yet.
I have not. If I'd venture to guess, what, like 225 or 240?
It's actually a bit higher, and
Okay.
I was surprised as well. But our median price for single-family homes is $266,750 as of the 11th of January, and $187,450 for condos, townhomes, and villas as of that same date. Which means that we're still in an affordable market, right? I mean, even at $266, you're a very affordable market.
Well, I mean, with the FHA limits going up to 330, that's probably also what helped drive it. But so now, if you can afford to purchase a home as high as $330,000, you only need roughly almost 10,000 to put down, and you only need whatever the closing costs are, probably another 7,000-8,000. So for about 18,000 down, you could actually purchase a home at $330,000, which is a lot better than it was, because if you were buying the same home 3 weeks ago in December, you would have needed essentially 20% down, or 10, well, at least a lot more down than that. So.
Absolutely. And the fact of the matter is that here in Orlando, $330,000 buys you a really nice home, including brand new homes.
Oh yeah, absolutely, plenty of brand new.
So, the state of our market is healthy, it's good, it's affordable, there's great inventory, and it's actually a great time to buy because interest rates are unbelievably low. If you guys are in a home and you're happy and you're like, you know what, I'm not ready to move anytime soon. Actually, that's another stat. These days in the Central Florida, Orlando area, home buyers are typically staying in their homes for about 9 years, whereas in the past it used to be 5 to 7 years people would typically move.
Okay.
Part of the reason is because if you bought 5, 7, 8 years ago, you probably bought at a really, really great price, and chances are that to get that same exact home today, you're going to be paying a lot higher. And so if you're not really needing to move for any particular reason, you're going to stay, right? Until you totally outgrow it, or you're relocating, or something along those lines, or a life change happens, including maybe a promotion and you want to upgrade your lifestyle or something.
Or new ones. New little babies.
Absolutely.
They happen all the time.
So interest rates, according to this report, we were at like 3.61, around there, for if you have the best stellar credit. And that kind of brings me to the point of, if you are someone who's looking to buy in this year, in 2020, and let's say you're like, I know I want to buy, but I don't know where I am. I don't know if I have the credit worthiness to get it approved. There are companies and there are resources to help you improve your credit as well. And we offer buyer consultations. Even if you're not ready to buy today,
Absolutely. You can definitely come and talk to us.
Yeah. So that's good. Anything else you want to add?
All right, anyway, listen, it's been a lot of fun today. If we can help you in any way, whether you're needing someone to purchase, whether you need to purchase a home yourself, or you know someone needs to purchase, someone needs to sell, or you need to sell yourself your home, then please reach out to us. Our information will be, of course, in the information on the video, either YouTube or Instagram.
Hey, and I did want to add one more thing. You know, when we're doing these market reports, I think it's important to define what we mean by market.
Okay.
You know, if somebody's watching this in Boise, Idaho, obviously the national market, the national real estate housing market, it does have some significance for all areas, but it's not necessarily going to be an accurate understanding of what's happening here in Florida or in California or New York or anywhere else. So you always want to get very local and down to even your exact neighborhood, because you know you could be in a community where your homes are so unique, the area is unique, you know, that it really comes down to essentially your neighborhood, your subdivision, or your community, your zip code. That's really what defines the market. And then the other piece that defines it is, of course, what type of property are we talking about? Are we talking about condos? Are we talking about single-family homes? Because essentially, the single-family home market could be great, and the condo market could suck. So, you know, that's something to keep in mind. And then finally, another piece of it too is also the price point. You know, like we alluded to earlier, if you're at a price point that's a really, really affordable and high demand price point, the market's going to be different. And if you're in a price point that's a very high end luxury price point where maybe you don't have enough turnover, enough inventory, and financing is not that easy for, you know, for everyone, or affordability for that matter. So please keep that in mind. So when you ask someone generally, hey, how's the market?
Depends on the neighborhood.
Exactly.
Anyway,
With that, I think we'll wish you a really fantastic Monday. Sorry about the fact that we're posting this kind of late. The market has been good, so we've been busy. Haven't had time to do this video early in the morning.
And when you know, as far as local markets, if you are in Boise, Idaho, that's okay, especially if you want to buy a house in Orlando.
Thank you for saying that.
Or you could be in Dubai, or you could be in Spain or England or anywhere else in the world. You want to buy in Orlando.
Sunny, Sunshine State, Central Florida area.
We do not ever have to shovel sunshine.
Yes. Okay, I think we're blabbering on right now.
All right, I got a lot of editing to do.
And it's dinner time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.